Hi everybody, welcome to Line of the Week number 172, Motif Development Using Melodic Rhythms. It's time again to take a rhythm, add notes to it, and then improvise with it over tunes. This is called Motif Development. Each week I try to present brief explanations and examples of specific tools you can use in your own improvisation. This week we're working on the first section of rhythm changes. The line includes 3 motif development tools: variation, fragmentation, and extension. In this case, variation means using different notes, same rhythm, to develop an original motif. Fragmentation means an identifiable part of the motif. And extension means adding material before or after the motif or a fragment of the motif. Another challenge this week is controlling the tension and the resolution of notes in the line as they move through the chord progression. We'll talk about that later. Before I get to the line of the week, and so we're all on the same page, here are the chords to the progression. The chords are B flat 6 to G7 to C minor 7 to F7 to B flat 6 to G7 to C minor 7 to F7 to F minor 7 to B flat 7 to E flat major 7 to E flat minor 6 to D minor 7 to G7 to C minor 7 to F7. Here are the chord scales I'm using for this week's line. The chords are F pentatonic to A flat melodic minor to B flat major to G flat melodic minor to F pentatonic, A flat melodic minor, B flat major to G flat melodic minor, E flat major, B melodic minor, B flat pentatonic, E flat melodic minor, F pentatonic, A flat melodic minor, B flat major, G flat melodic minor. Here's the melodic rhythm I'm using this week. Here's the line of the week with Guitar Pro backing I use to make sure I'm getting the notes and the rhythm accurate. Let's look specifically at the line of the week. In measure 1, you've got the original motif, meaning the melodic rhythm with notes that fit the harmony. In measure 2 begins with a rest. The rest is followed by an extension that occurs before a variation of the motif that you find in measure 3. In measure 3, again, you've got the variation of the original motif. In measure 4, there's a rest. In measures 5 to 6, measure 5 starts with a fragment of the original motif circled in red. The fragment is then extended using eighth notes, also circled in red. You've got another variation of the original motif to end the line. I'd like to talk for a couple of minutes about resolving tension. One way to resolve tension is as follows. At the point of chord change, you only leap from a note if it's agreeable, also known as harmonic, to both the chord of the moment and the next chord. Otherwise, you need to resolve the note, preferably by half step. For example, the notes circled in green do not need to be resolved because they are agreeable both to the chord of the moment and to the next chord. The notes circled in red are agreeable to the chord of the moment, but are non-harmonic to the next chord. They therefore need to be resolved either immediately or within a beat and a half. Here are 2 examples I'll go through. First, specifically, the E flat note circled in green in measure 1 is the flat 13th under the G7 chord. The chord scale I chose is altered. So in a sense, the flat 13 is agreeable to G7, meaning part of the altered chord sound is the flat 13th E flat note. The E flat is also agreeable to the C minor 7 chord, so the E flat note does not need to resolve, and you can leap from that note to another note. It doesn't have to resolve by half step. On the other hand, the note E in measure 5 is chord sound to the B flat 7 chord. In other words, the note E is the flat fifth of the B flat 7 chord, which gives you the altered sound. But the note E is not agreeable to the E flat major 7 chord that comes right after the B flat 7 chord. So I resolve the note E by half step to note F, which is the ninth of the E flat major 7 chord, which is agreeable to the E flat major 7 chord. So that's all for this week. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.